Hey guys, so we'll be talking about a heroic chainsword build for the Bulwark class in patch 10.2 Space Marine 2. Now this chainsword got a major buff in the hotfix yesterday, now has a 4+ speed, and the perk effect here, Fistfight, got buffed as well, and now reads, you can perform an additional heavy attack after a quick punch, also a front kick is replaced with a quick punch, and all heavy attacks deal 15% more damage. So basically, you can chain a punch into a bash on top of chaining a light attack into a punch into a stomp. So a very valuable perk for sure, and this heavy attack damage increase is also pretty amazing. You can pretty much get full benefit out of perks like Swift Recovery for that 100% more contested HP recovery on the Quick Punch, Front Kick, Shoulder Bash, and Stomp, because really, this thing just spams heavy attacks, and on top of all of that, the Bulwark has the perk over here, Overcharge, and unlike the Assault, which is currently bugged to not work with anything except the Hammer, this one works with things like the Bash, the Stomp, on top of stuff like the Power Rake on the Power Sword. Really powerful option, and honestly, this is why the Bulwark is one of the best classes in the game for any melee weapon, because he just overperforms at all times. Now, for the perk tree on this thing, I would pick up Perpetual Strength first, moving here into the Swift Recovery perk for the reasons I mentioned before, and then we pick up a flat 10% melee damage buff with these two perks, and move over here into the perk Reverberating Impact. Stomp area effect radius increases by 50%. Since this weapon can get out stomps faster, just like a full throttle skip, very useful for us, then I pick up the perk over here, Combined Onslaught, and pick up the perk here, Heavy Onslaught, for even more heavy attack damage, and the final perks I grab are Minora's Slayer, Extremis Slayer, and Momentum Gain. Now, Momentum Gain does pretty much nothing for us, though there aren't really any other perks we can take here, because currently the perk up here, Trampling Stride, after performing a stomp, hold the attack button to perform an additional stomp, is broken on this weapon, but this is a known bug, and Saber is working to fix this, so just keep that in mind. And Full Throttle doesn't really do anything for us, because we're kind of just chaining into heavies anyways, and like usually this is used for a combo skip, but on this build, it doesn't really do anything, so pretty much skip this one. And that's pretty much all there is for the weapon perk tree on the chainsword here. Now for the secondary here, I do just take the Rate of Fire Plasma Pistol once again. Ever since patch 9.0, they buffed the Rate of Fire on this thing, and now it charges up stupidly fast. Amazing CHP recovery, amazing stagger, great damage. The only thing that kind of sucks is ammo economy, but to be honest, in operations, especially with a good team, you don't really need that much ammo on this class anyways, so it's very, very good regardless. And also, you can just build for ammo on the top tree here and just pick up things like Divine Might and even further ammo reserves that can really help you out with your ammo economy. And to be honest, this weapon might be a little OP right now, so if you don't want to take this, you could take a heavy bolt pistol or a heroic bolt pistol instead. I do think those are the two best secondary options outside of this one, and that's pretty much all there is to say about these secondary here. Now for the Bulwark perk tree here, I do build for maximum damage of things like Forward Momentum. After a Shield Bash, Shield Rush, or Thunder Hammer Pommel Smash, melee damage increases by 30% for 10 seconds. You can trigger this perk and the perk over here simultaneously for a 45% melee damage buff on top of 10 seconds of no knockback. Really powerful combo, and Shield Rush made it very easy to just trigger these over and over while fighting in combat and engaging. So great perk effects for sure, though to be honest, every single perk in this first row, like Intimidating Aura and Conviction, is top tier as well. The Bulwark is pretty blessed with good perks in this part for sure. Next perk here is Scramble Targeting. If you're surrounded by 5 or more enemies, you take 25% less damage from range attacks. Range damage reduction in this game also affects your armor, and we are running things like Focus Restoration here, so great perk effect, and these two perk effects are not very good at all. Next perk after this is Steel Within. When your health is less than 50%, you take 30% less health damage. Having some type of health damage reduction on the Bulwark really helps your survivability, because you do have a 30% increased starting HP, so you get extra benefit out of health damage reduction that's percentage based, so really strong effects for sure. But if you want to take something like Armor Reinforcement, you can do that as well. It's up to you. I just prefer to have this perk instead. Next perk here is Focus Restoration. Every 30 seconds, all squad members automatically restore 1 armor segment. This is the main form of armor regen on our build here, and honestly an amazing perk with amazing value in general. They did buff this from like 40 seconds to 30 seconds a while back, and is significantly better now, but to be honest, armor restores in this game are top tier regardless, so great perk for sure. Though if you don't want to take this, you could take Advanced Conditioning. That is up to you. Next perk is Purity of Purpose. The banner deals damage over time to enemies in this area of effect. This simply makes your banner an AoE shock grenade. Things like Minora's just die like almost instantaneously. Things like Majora's, Extremis, and Terminus take significant damage. Really good for just getting some extra value out of your banner, and the banner is not super amazing without this beyond defense, so great value for sure. And some people do enjoy the perk down here, Focus Strength. I never really noticed this perk doing much of anything because the Shield Rush now has guaranteed stagger anyways, and this one's quite redundant, and Purity of Purpose I think is just significantly better. Next perk I take here is Concussive Force. A Shield Bash deals 200% more damage, and our Shield Rush deals 100% more damage. You also get some benefit for the Thunder Hammer, but that does not really matter at all for this build. I will say that Shield Rush does benefit from Overcharge as well, and this perk is multiplicative, while these two perks are additive. So a very powerful option for this build, and honestly, Concussive Force in general is so strong this patch because of the Shield Rush that sometimes I don't like to take it because it does kind of just turn you into a Shield Bash machine rather than like actually using your weapon. But that's really up to you whether or not you want to do this. You could take Lori's Shield or Invigorating Icon instead, but this perk is very strong. Next perk here is Merciless Resolve. After a Shield Bash, Shield Rush, or Thunder Hammer Pommel Smash, melee damage increases by 15%. You do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. Getting no knockback for 10 seconds off of a Shield Rush is so strong in this game. Such an easy perk to trigger that like now you really don't need perks like the Armor Advance down here. If you have armor remaining, you don't lose control upon taking heavy hits and cannot be knocked back. This one is super redundant these days. I think this one is just significantly better for pretty much any build with a shield at all. I pretty much always pick this up. And the perk I take for Cincture instead is Defensive Mastery. A perfect time parry or block instantly incapacitates a Majora's or Extremis level enemy. Cooldown is 90 seconds. This perk is okay. There are times that you'll just one-shot an Extremis. That's very, very useful, so good for that. If you want to take some like emergency countermeasures instead, though, you definitely can. And I will mention that if you do get the trigger of this on top of an Intimidating Aura trigger, you will simply one-shot the guy that you were parrying, and that can make it so you lose an Execute and lose HP, so just keep that in mind. And for the prestige perks here, I do skip over Auxiliary Reload for this build because in operations and stratagems, I really don't think you need this perk that much, especially in teams, because you aren't running out of ammo a ton in operations anyways. Ammo is pretty easy to come by, and there's nothing like requisition points to lose points on, so I would just kind of skip over this. Next perk here is Resilience. Medicae Stims restore 40% more health. Getting more health from Stims in this game just makes it so your Stims are more valuable, so pretty strong perk here. Overcharge is the next perk for all the reasons I mentioned previously, and the final two perks are Powerful Shot for a flat 20% range damage increase, and Masterful Defense for 1% CDR for every blocked range attack, which is by far the best perk in this entire tree besides Overcharge, because this one simply gives you back full banners on things like Soul Reaper Terminator cannons, and it's a very strong option in general. And CDR in pretty much any game that has a powerful ability effect is pretty top tier. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The Heroic Chainsword is pretty damn fun. Being able to punch a Carnifex in the face over and over is kind of hilarious, and I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it is, and I think it does function best on things like Assault and Bulwark, because Bulwark has the Overcharge perk and a 19 base strength. Does help with the ground pound on Assault, and this one's actually a pretty good choice if you want to pick it up. With the heroic weapon buffs in the comments section below, and which heroic weapon you chose first, because the heroic weapons have gotten progressively better since they got initially launched, and there are more coming on the way, so we'll see how it goes in the future of Space Marine 2. And here's some gameplay. Bye.
So if you light heavy, hold on. So if you light heavy and you go immediately to soft, I mean that's pretty useful. Oh, that's pretty good for horde clear. So best so fun until he hits 4 mines in a corner. True. That's so cheesy. It is. I mean, this is probably like a top 2. Well, not with the Chainsword, but Shield Bash attack is pretty broken. I wouldn't be shocked if they nerfed the Shield Rush in a couple patches, like a patch or two. That and the fire blaster. Look how it fixed the block axe, still can't do power backstab, just doesn't make sense why it can't. Well, I mean, they fixed the damage on the perks. So, I would say it's a fix. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Rally point reached. The Munitorum does not store explosives to Codex Astartes standards. Locate enough to demolish the bridge.
Now, does this work with the double perk? Anybody know? Yeah, that's pretty useful. That's pretty good. Can't lie.
We still have supports to wire. We need more bombs. What's your footing? This radical. We still have supports to wire. We need more bombs. Where shall I start this now?
Take your points for the next heroic weapon? Yeah. I don't think there are a ton that are buying. Though I will say, accolades, if you guys are unaware, they have a 1,000-point cap. This actually sounds pretty cool. A double stomp one would be pretty neat. How do you attack with the shield multiple times? Oh, I have a video for that I uploaded the other day. Called the shield bash cancel. Very powerful mechanic in this game. Chainsword goes so hard in Bulwark it does. You get all that bonus damage. You also just immediately go into stomping the guys, and then if they dip away from you, you do this. Punch him in the face. I mean, that's pretty good tech, I can't lie. The going immediately into stomp like this, pretty good.
It's the relay that's getting hammered right now. The leader beast will cross that bridge, and in short order, die to our tactics. That's news. Without our support to tackle a target that big, we may have to bring down the supply bridge. All elements needed are prepared. Is this a withdrawal order? Negative. The objective is the Hive Tyrant, not the bridge. Defend this position until the Tyranid command unit is executed. Understood, my lord. May the Emperor guide our lasguns to your support. Incoming! Ready up, 8th. Show the Emperor's angels what we are made of. They're making another push over the bridge. More enemies on the bridge. Don't let them climb! Not! The Hive Tyrant is on its way. But there is a horde of Xenos between you and it. You have its attention. It is moving to intercept. Apply more pressure.
Alright, let's grab
Waste
this.
nothing, brothers. The Imperium will
That's a lot of damage. Damn. Astartes, ready up. Yeah, these guys definitely yell that a lot, don't they? Oh, if that is not the most purity of purpose Formagon Storm I've ever seen. It's about to be. Taste the banner. Taste the rainbow. Was that fruit by the foot? Something like that. 5 gun. I know, I've seen a lot of commercials in my life.
crush the ravenous brood beneath our feet.
What's up, brother? How you like the pass? I was using the heavy with extra ammo multi-melt. I feel like a fire rate increased a lot. There's a 2-shot way to do that right now, TK Mike. Also, what's up, man? How you doing? Really need to reinstall this game. What's the fastest way to level weapons now? I have a video for that got me a bit of flack. But yeah, the fastest way is through Siege or the highest level operation you can do. Hard Siege. Don't look for an LFG. I mean, the absolute fastest way is to go find an LFG, like a clan Discord or something, for this game. There are a lot of very nice people in there that'll help you out level. And that's a good way to do it, because you don't want to, like, subject a bunch of randoms to your leveling experience. You can help it.
Detonation complete.
Skittles. It's Skittles. Okay, that's what it was.
The ambush was a success. It is not dead. Our tactics were sound. All would go barrel without the connection to the high fight, but their focus is still on the relay. Reports confirm the lieutenant's assessment. Enemy cohesion still in full effect. That beast is not yet dead. We hear you, Command. It will be done.
You have a Discord? I do not currently. I will later. That update's coming.
Keep the swarm off your backs while you hunt that thing.
Black why? Because apparently I'm responsible for this game's matchmaking. That's how it goes. Fat Shark update for real. Exactly. Fat Shark is actually coming out of an update though.
The target is still struggling at that wreckage.
Can't you hold siege holders hostage by voting to pay rather than leaving? No, it'll just send you. It'll just send you there. Another Deathwatch Lamenter. Good to see you. What's up, Save Blake? I will say this Chainsword feels pretty good. Also, each of these being a heavy hit basically means you can break these guys very easily on their guard. I would love the Deathwatch Hero pack, that would be cool. Dude, look at this guy go. Got a lot of free damage in there. The speed definitely feels way better on this now. Make a Discord, you creature. Don't worry, Bomber Fella, it's coming. You must also be the reason other level players queuing Absolute. Could be me. Such aggressive allegations. It's not my fault this game's leveling system is broken. This game desperately needs what Darkside has, which is the Auric Maelstrom being level locked. And then this would never be an issue. But like level locked outside of private and stuff like that. Oh, you guys walk around and punch these guys. I'll say this thing's pretty fun. I don't know how good I'd say it is, but... Or like, I don't know if it's like, you know, incredible, but... I don't feel bad for using it. Like before. I mean, that's pretty good damage. Calvin Young, they left the Imperial Guard. Ow. Where does he use that? I mean, that's pretty free damage hit in there. Throwing hands at the Carnifex. Pretty much. Yo, what's all this came from YouTube? Your builds are actually crazy for beginners. No problem, Duro. So what is up? This is the Twitch. Man, that thing, throwing hands at the Carnifex feels pretty good.
This tide of Xenos is
You literally just get to punch the Carnifex in the face over and over. And that's a dream, right?
that silence included.
As a Chainsword now, I'd say it's pretty good. It definitely gives you some free damage on your heavy hits, that's for sure.
Where shall I start this?
So no full problem using the throw Chainsword? No, this kind of defeats the purpose of the weapons. In my opinion. Look at that damage.
Waste nothing, brothers.
Improve vengeance to restore at least 3 armor for the combi Melta. 3 ammo, you mean? Yeah, it should at least 3. Like, honestly, if it restored half, well, let me not half.
May still attempt to ambush us.
I agree, Artemy. How many hours does it take to get all the weapons on gold? I don't know if I can give you an exact answer on that. Probably at least like around 60, I'd say.
Talassa, you cut out.
Especially now.
Lieutenant,
It'll take less. Depends on what you do. Depends like how sweaty you're
our
grinding.
fox link is out. We must be nearing the
Is a heroic Chainsword better than block?
duty
No, I wouldn't
remains
say that.
unchanged.
But it has like a use case scenario, which is good.
The Shidos leader bescales the building. Take to the roof.
That's better than before, yeah. I'd prefer this over the Power Gladius knife.
Keep going forward.
I feel the Power Gladius knife is only good on Vanguard. Because he gets that extra perfect dodge time.
Encircle and eliminate. Honor our captive colors.
Those are all 4 mines.
Restoring vitality.
That's funny. I mean, the punch is pretty good.
Is undergoing some kind of
The punch is pretty good.
It just triggered every side warning in my suit.
I should not want on in there. I know what I was doing. How are we doing? Pretty good, Blazing Blitz. How are you? Archon, thank you for the prime sub. Oh my god, wow, actually washed.
Ready to deploy.
Hit by every wave. Actually just beat him up. Punching the highest tyrant in the face. Easy. That is the new heroic chainsword. I wouldn't even call that like remotely optimal gameplay on that either, but like it is pretty fun to just punch them in the face. There's probably like some pretty crazy animation cancels you could do into that, depending on like how you time it. I was fucking them up a lot, but I think it's pretty good. Not bad, the damage. Definitely not, AJ. Definitely not bad at all. If a full throttle cancel still better to use with it, yeah, I would say like block is still better. and stuff like that. But this one's definitely pretty fun. Using the heroic chainsword equals using hands instead, definitely. Just bludgeon him.